The one guy I was hanging out with and who I spent like my free time with no longer wants to hang out with me because I let him know that I don't plan on ever hooking up with him or doing anything with him. Anyway, so I went to Aldi to get some necessities, so here's my Aldi haul. That's it. If you want to know how crazy my brain is, I'm going to tell you this story about my situationship. This is a situationship from Hinge, and it lasted all of 2.5 weeks. We went on one date. We both kind of like mutually ghosted each other. It kind of fizzled out. And then one random day, one of us texted the other, I don't even know, it's about something funny. And we were like, oh my God, why don't we hang out again? So then we hang out and we're both like, wait, we don't want anything serious. And so we kind of decide, okay, it's going to be like a mutually not exclusive, like low commitment situationship with no strings. Best thing ever, okay? Stay with me. So then we do that for about 2 weeks, and then silly little me goes to Nashville before I moved there, and I get really, really, really drunk. God forbid a girl has a good time. And I post my silly little TikToks, and I talk about my roster on one of my TikToks. They were bad. They weren't that bad, but they were very, very cringy. And so I woke up the next morning and deleted them. He also didn't follow me on my TikTok, so I was like, I'm safe. It's okay. Well, then we had plans to hang out that night, and I'm like sending him a funny TikTok, and he's like not answering, and he never says anything about hanging out. So then I'm like, okay, I think I might be getting ghosted. Like, I think I might have done something. I'm retracing all of my steps. I'm like, did I drunk call him? Did I text him? Did I say something stupid? Like, what did I do? But then a few days goes by, and we were hanging out for 2 weeks. I deserve an answer. So I text him, and I'm like, King, did I do something wrong? And he's like, well, I saw your TikToks and like some of them were just a really big turn off to me. And I was like, ha. And then he eventually tells me that I just don't see anything with you anymore. And I'm like, okay, have a good life. That was like 3 months ago, and I'm still thinking about it to this day. Like, it crosses my mind at least 4 times a week. I'm like, oh, I don't even want to date him. I was just like, that was such a perfect situationship. You know, no drama, no strings, so easy, so carefree, and I lost it. It was ripped away from me. But again, we didn't want anything to do with each other other than like a situationship. And here I am, still thinking about it, still upset about it. I'm like, oh, the one that got away. Because like, what if we did start dating? Because like low key, I think we were both catching feelings, but we both knew it wasn't going to work. And so I'm still distraught. I'm like, what if?
Delusional. We both knew it wasn't going to work. It absolutely wasn't because you was acting a darn fool.
I'm just wondering, do men know that when they speak to us and have conversations and make eye contact, we see our eyes looking at our body? We can see your eyes go from eye contact to hip contact.
Momo, I love you, girl, but when you wrong, you wrong. But this is not true. People are getting married every day. You gotta be in the right algorithm. My timeline is filled with engagements, anniversaries, families, love. I see so many people getting married every single day. However, if you are on the side of I can't stand my baby daddy TikTok, if you are on the side of I'm miserable in my marriage TikTok, whatever side of social media you are on is going to be your reality. That is going to be what you believe to be true because that's what you're seeing. If you believe that you cannot make $1,000,000, you will not believe or position yourself to make $1,000,000. But if you believe that you are a wife and are going to be a wife, guess what you'll start paying attention to? Guess what you'll start seeing? Guess where you'll position yourself in order for that to be true for you? So if all you're seeing is women getting cheated on, belittled, bashed, doing whatever I hate my baby daddy content, if that's all you seeing, that's all you're paying attention to. So if you want something different, you got to change that algorithm because I'm telling you, I see women get married every day. I got homegirls engaged, mentees engaged. Don't cheat yourself out your spot because you on negative Nancy TikTok.
Y'all, I'm not gonna say who it is, but why when I walk into the office, right, all you hear is, damn, you see, you look phenomenal. See, that's the type of woman that's gonna turn me straight. I said, oh my God, and everybody was just dying laughing. I'm like, thank you so much. That was such a cute ass compliment, but golly.
Sounds a lot like catcalling, but I guess when a man does it, then it's creepy.
We have been together for 4 years. We have 2 kids, and he has worked so hard to provide everything we could ever ask for. He's a very good man, and he works very hard to give us a good life, which I really appreciate him for. But recently, it just feels like I am existing in the marriage alone. I thought marrying a rich man would be great, but apart from being a provider, my husband is a very boring man. I look at my friends' love lives, and it's just very much interesting compared to mine. They are not rich like us, but their husbands still create time for them to go out, go on vacations and have fun. But my husband never does any of it. And anytime I bring it up to him, he just says, if that's what I want, then that's what we will do. But that pisses me off even more because I don't want to be the one to tell him what to do. I want him to do it because he wants to, and I want him to surprise me with something to at least make our marriage romantic and interesting. He tells me he is working so we will have stability. He says I should be grateful for what we have, but I keep wondering if I'm supposed to be grateful for a life I don't even enjoy. And sometimes I try to think that maybe it's because we are both from different generations, because he is 46 and I am 24, but it doesn't help. I just need some guidance because I want to know if this is a phase in marriage that ends up passing, because I don't think I am ready to spend the rest of my life like this.
Are you happy to see him when he comes home?
No.
Yeah.
And I want.
You don't need guidance. You need to grow up. Plain and simple. You got all this nonsense going on, sitting up at the house, looking at stuff on Instagram that you don't need to be worried about. How about you get involved in some stuff? I don't know. Make a YouTube channel. Get a business going. Affiliate marketing. Drop shipping. Just try anything. Start a running club. Start a book club. Just do something with your hands and your time instead of sitting up on Facebook or whatever complaining.
How do we feel about a woman going up and giving her number to a guy? I did this recently, and a coworker of mine, who is a man, by the way, basically said, no, you shouldn't have done that. You should have let things keep going as is. If he's interested, he will come up and ask you for your number. But to me, that feels like, one, I'm making him play a game and chase me. I don't want to play games. I don't want to make someone else play games. But two, if I see someone in public that I'm interested in getting to know, I don't see anything wrong with me, if I'm brave enough, going up and giving the man my number and seeing where things go from there. But maybe a lot of guys feel like my coworker. I don't know. I'm interested to see what everyone has to say, if it's okay for a woman to approach a man and give him her phone number.
When I spend $200 on myself for dinner, what makes you think that I'd want to go have chicken wings with you? Just saying.
Men, since you are the CEOs of your own life, the worst thing that you could do is hire the wrong person. Now, I know that analogy might seem a little heartless, but if you really think about it, in business, what do you want to do? You're going to look for the person that's most qualified for the position, and you're going to hope that they're going to produce more than they consume. So you want to make sure that they're a good fit for the company, because if not, what happens? They can ruin the entire environment, the whole atmosphere. So when you're looking for women that come into your life, treat it like a job position. Find the woman that is most qualified, that fits the environment that you've already created or are creating. Because the worst thing that you can do is hire somebody that has the opposite of what you have planned for your company, your life, and try to convince them to get on board. It's a waste of time, it's a waste of energy, and there's really no point. So if you kind of look at things like that, that might help when you're looking for someone to introduce into your life.
Men are wild. I literally just passed by a guy and he said hi and I didn't respond and he said, "You're welcome." I don't know you. I'm supposed to thank you for saying hello to me? I don't know you. You're a stranger.
Tell me if I'm wrong, but the fastest way to drive a man away or make him not attracted to you whatsoever is to disrespect him. Right? Totally, men, tell me if I'm wrong, but I would say you are going to drive a man away, drive him to want another woman's attention so fast if you disrespect him. Obviously, if you're not putting out, that's going to drive him away as well or make him look elsewhere. Try to see who else will give him attention. First, emotional attention, then will lead to physical attention, likely. Not every time, but men, tell me if I am wrong. Are you automatically going to be turned off, not attracted to your wife, your partner, your girl, if she is disrespectful to you, whether it's in the house, and even more so if they do it in front of others, not even just family, but let's say at a work event, at a social gathering? That is just the biggest slap in the face. Like, you lose their love, you'll lose their emotional connection, you will lose their attraction towards you, you will lose them as your friend. Maybe I'm wrong, because I'm not a man, but men, please do speak up in the comments and let me know if I'm right.
$15,000 is not nothing.
If $15,000 is nothing, why does he have to foot it all in?
Because that's just him being in his masculine energy.
Oh, that's what we call it. So a man is not masculine if he's not paying all the bills. Is that what you're saying? Every man out there in a third world country where you can't even barely support your whole family unless everybody's working is not masculine. That's pretty much what you're saying. I find it very disrespectful that a woman will say a man is not masculine if he doesn't support a woman. We're not talking about his wife, just a woman.
There are no rewards for being nice to men. Being nice to a man is not going to get you anywhere. So if you're going to deal with them, your best bet is to be mean. Be mean to them. They respect you more. You got to keep them on their toes. They got to think you crazy. They got to know you don't play, because what's the alternative? Being nice gets you what? What has being nice to a man ever gotten you? For real. The women who get treated the best in relationships are the ones who are mean. They're mean to their men. Men love mean women. I don't know why. I don't know the science behind it. I don't know the psychology behind it, but it works. Be mean to that man and watch you get your way. Watch he does whatever you want him to do, and you'll have a pretty good relationship.
Dating in Denver is so bad, and these guys are just so weird, and they're always taking off their shoes or wearing flip-flops on the first date, and it's like, I don't want to see your toes. I don't want to see your toes.
While y'all sitting up here being silly, the good men are passing y'all by.
One thing that men should really remember about women is that their words are their fists. So everything that you understand about physical confrontation with men applies to verbal confrontation with women. Like, you know that the two dudes arguing at the bar at a certain point might transition from arguing about who is correct or who's being hypocritical and start trying to use their fists to hurt each other in an expression of ego. Women do the same thing, but with words, literally. Like, the way an angry woman will use her words is the exact same way that a drunk dude at a bar will use his fists. The difference is that the transition to that point with women is invisible, and most dudes can't read into the emotional and social cues that indicate that you've reached that point until they get sucker punched, like you're mid-explaining why she's being hypocritical, and then she just calls it little. And what women should understand about men is that they don't know when you've reached that point unless you communicate it. A good question for the guy is like, hey, are we still trying to figure this out together, or are we sparring right now? Because it feels like we're sparring. And that doesn't make women less mature, by the way. That's just the thing that they are. They don't live in square-up world, mostly. And if anything, the fact that you can't recognize that she's fighting you and you're still trying to talk about your original point is about as intelligent as trying to do logical deductions mid-headlock.
Be careful using this method because it will make that person obsessed with you. I have tried this, and it does work every time. It's about making you more magnetic, and this is how you do it. Drop a yes if you want to know how to do this powerful method. The fastest way to get someone to turn towards you, give you attention, be obsessed about you, if that's what you want, is to use the law of detachment and the law of thought transmission. The reason why they are not giving you the time of day, the reason why they are not reaching out or obsessed with you, your energy is attached to them. It can either be magnetic or it can be a repellent, and that's what we want to switch around. In your subconscious, you feel like you need them. They're on a pedestal. And the way to switch this energy around to have them coming to you is by telling your brain that all the things that you think about them, you love how how they look. You love their smile. All of the things that you love about them needs to be switched into them thinking that about you. Instead of you needing them, they need you. Instead of you being so attracted to them, they're attracted to you about you. Are you ready for the exercise? You're going to grab a pen and paper and you're going to write a list of all of the reasons they need you, all the reasons they desire you. And if you have a hard time doing that, write down all the reasons why you want them, because then those are the reasons why they want you. And let's activate it even further. Comment one of them below. Doing this, you're activating the law of self-concept. So when you're writing these down, putting those thoughts out into the universe, which means they can pick them up. They can energetically hear you. And to lock it in even further, reread your list. Put it to your heart. Really blast it with love. But make sure you're ready for this. This stuff works. And you got to make sure this is what you want. Everyone has free will. We are not manipulating anybody. But the more you have fun with it and the more you honor yourself, your energy, don't chase anybody else. Anything you chase runs. When you pull your energy back and you stand strong in your position, they need me because I am funny. I am kind. I am loving. I have so much love to give. I'm a great person to be around. I'm trustworthy. I'm beautiful. I'm perfect for that person or someone better. Them or someone better. Don't take away the gift that God has for you. If there's someone better out there for you, and follow for more.
Here's a comment here. He needs me because I'm beautiful, smart, kind. I respect him. I deserve. I am the perfect match for him. Another one. He needs me because I'm his twin flame. Another one. He needs me because I can make him happy. Another one. He needs me. He needs me. He needs me. Another one. He needs me because his heart beats for me. He craves me. He chooses me. He is purely, deeply in love with me. He will remove every third party between us. Claim. Another one. He needs me because I'm the one that's always been there. I'm kind and trustworthy. This is delusion at its very peak. And they're wondering why they can't find a man. Instead, listen, let me back up and say, I am not trying, in this specific instance, I'm not trying to make fun of you. But instead of asking questions, instead of thinking about questions to ask a man, actual legitimate critical thinking questions, you decide to hop up on this app and listen to this. Why? Why would you ever waste your time?
I had to set a boundary with my best friend recently. I looked at her and I said, no boyfriends this summer. Listen, I want you to be happy, but not without me. And not this summer. I was like, you can have a boyfriend from October till May. And I think it's very generous that I'm even giving you October and May because those are great months. She was very receptive to it. She even told a man, she was like, listen, my best friend said that I can't have a boyfriend this summer. He was like, oh, well, we'll just get her a boyfriend so you can have one. Poor man. Poor man. Little does he know the chance of me getting a boyfriend this summer. We have a better chance of like breaking up 5 couples, getting 5 couples divorced. Truly, I think more people should set this boundary with their friends. Okay, I have one friend. So if she gets a boyfriend, like everything in my life is going to be messed up. And I'm not saying don't get into a relationship ever. Like I'm literally giving you November till May. Actually, wait, I did say October. But now that I'm thinking about it, do I really want to give up October? That's like great. Football season is like a great, super fun thing to do. That's logistics that you have to work out between you and your bestie. So yeah, happy hot girl summering.
This is pathetic. Single women keep women single. Who does this type of stuff? Who does this type of stuff?
So this tweet has been going viral recently where this guy says that no girl talks to just one guy. And I see why this is going viral because 90% of the time, this is the truth, especially when a woman is single, no matter what they tell you. As a matter of fact, especially if they tell you that they're talking to only you, you cannot believe that. Because in 2025, with all of this social media and all of these dating apps, it's almost impossible for a girl to only be entertaining only one guy. Like I said, though, I do believe there's a small percentage of women that do this, usually once they're in a relationship. And then even then, they may not be talking to other guys, but they know who their backup options are. At the end of the day, you just gotta stay aware and stay safe. It is what it is.
If you never had this type of relationship before, then you'll probably think that I'm being over dramatic, but like I'm so secure and safe in my relationship. And it's like I used to have that way of like I used to only depend on God. Like if nobody gonna make a way, God gonna make a way. And then my man come immediately after. Now, like when shit happens, I don't get riled up. Say I don't even like if I have a problem. Well, before my man, if I had a problem like G, I would like constantly like try to see like, oh my God, so how I'm finna do this, how I'm finna do this, how I'm finna do this, da da da. Ever since having a boyfriend that actually cares, a boyfriend that actually wants to help me, a boyfriend that actually wants me to succeed, he do everything in his power to help me. Like, it's just so, I'm just so happy that I actually have a real protector, a real provider, and somebody who actually enjoys playing their role and don't just be like, ugh. Because if you know me, to ask my friends, I'll be quick. It'll be a problem. I'll be like, I'll call my man. My man to figure it out. My man, like, I just love that. And me and this man gonna get married. And I don't have no desire to put on no act like I'm an independent woman. Like, them is in distress. Please help me. Help me. Help me. Never would. If he asks me, yes, I do need that. And I need that too. And I need that too. And actually, yes, I do need help. I do need help. No, I don't got it. I don't got it. Help me.
Apparently, men are no good. They don't do anything. A man is he can't do anything. What does a man bring to the table?
You're joking, right? You honestly want people to believe that women hold themselves more accountable than men do. That has to be the dumbest thing I've ever heard you say, ever. So you think because women are more likely to actually go to therapy, that means they're holding themselves accountable? You might want to dig into that a little more. Women don't go to therapy, and we're talking individual therapy. There's a reason women don't go to couples therapy, but they'll go to individual therapy. They don't go to individual therapy to get better. They don't go to therapy because they think they have a problem. Most women go for validation. That's it. And they know if they go to somebody that they pay money to, they're going to get that validation. They're going to get told that they're doing all the right things, and it's just going to be this positive thing for them. Because like we've already established, as soon as the woman is held accountable, she leaves. She goes and finds another therapist. Or in that case for couples therapy, she just quits and just decides to get divorced instead. Because she can't be the problem. That's lack of accountability. Why don't you understand this? Like, everything we're talking about is common sense, but yet for some reason you refuse to see it. Like, you really need to start understanding the toxic mentality of a lot of these women. Maybe you don't have the mentality that I'm talking about. If you don't, then great. That's awesome. You would be in the minority, though. Women, by and large, are the biggest manipulators on this planet. And men enable that behavior because we were raised that women are soft and gentle and we have to treat them differently. Do you really not think women take advantage of that? Think just a little bit.
I like how y'all only bring up age when it suits the narrative or point that you want. Y'all allow 16-year-olds to go get driver's license. A 20-ton car is a lethal machine, but you think a 16-year-old who you swear doesn't have the frontal lobe development to date someone 10, 12 years older than them, you think a 16-year-old is mature enough to handle that machine. Y'all allow 18-year-olds to vote on matters of wide policy in this country. Ain't that why old boy in the office? Y'all allow them to enroll in the armed services, where they could go to war and kill someone of a foreign nationality for the right circumstance. But when someone's on at the age of 18, y'all will either rationalize and say, oh, they don't have any other choice, or it's legal, which it is. But when they're dating someone 3 or 4 times their age, now it's not morally correct. There's a lot of things not morally correct that y'all allow in this country. Please spare me. If it's going to be legal, it's going to be legal. If it's not legal, it's not legal. Y'all can't decide, oh, it's legal, but it's not morally right. If it's not morally right, make it illegal. Otherwise, leave the morality question out of it. If it is legal, it's legal. Spare us the morality discussion. If you were that morally appalled about it, change the phone.
Okay, before I tell the story, I just want to say I've been hesitant to share this story, and I don't want you guys to go find out who this person is and start stuff, so I'm going to say the least amount of stuff that I can say, but I'm still going to tell you the major details. This story is another reason why I don't trust men. To give y'all some context on how this story starts, I posted a picture on my Instagram, and this picture somehow, like, went on every person's Explore page. Like, it got, like, 400,000 views, and just, like, a lot of people saw this picture of me that I posted. I started noticing, like, more people were, like, texting me, and more blue check marks were texting me. I'm looking at my DMs. A certain DM, like, stands out. Like, obviously, if it's a blue check mark, it's gonna stand out to me. So I went and pressed on this person's DM. At first, this man texted me. He said, "Hey, what's up?" I didn't answer for, like, a couple hours. And then he double DM'd me, I guess, and he said, "You look good." Just keep in mind, I'm 18. And this happened a couple months ago. I obviously go and look at this man's profile on Instagram. The first thing in his bio is someone's name and a ring. You're not married and DMing me, are you? I go full stalk mode. And this man, I'm not going to say what team he's on, but he's on one of the teams that play in the Super Bowl. That's all I'm going to say. This man has a lot of followers. Like, he has a good amount of followers. Obviously, I go to this man's page and I'm stalking, like, the hell out of it. You have the girl who's in his bio who has the ring by his finger, like, the ring emoji. And I was like, y'all are married. So then I started looking through his things, and I'm like, a kid? This is a big no-no. Like, I will not keep talking to this man. Which I did not say in the first part. When he texted me, like, "Hey, what's up? You look good." I was like, "Hey." And I did respond the first time. And then once I responded, he put it in vanish mode. I forgot to mention that part. But that was before I did my whole stalk to realize he has a wife and kids. After he put it in vanish mode, he just started talking on vanish mode, and I didn't answer him after that. When I looked at this man's page, not only do you have a wife who, not even like fiance, like, you are married to this woman. You have been married to this woman. That's already awful enough. But the fact that you have 2 kids, not 1, but 2 kids, and you're DMing an 18-year-old who, you've never even met me. Like, it'd be different if we met out in public. Like, you just saw me on your Explore page and you decided to DM me when you have a wife and kids at home. Let's make it make sense. Let's use our brain. You don't marry someone and then cheat on them. What's that one thing they say in marriage? Like, till the end? Something like that. I don't know. But you obviously didn't take that serious. Obviously, I tell all my friends about it. And I was just like, this man DM'd me. And my friend, all of her, like, guy friends, like, all play football in college and, like, no people. Like, no, like, we told them the story and they were like, there's no way. There's no way this person, like him. So, like, I sent them the screenshot and they were like, showed them. I think we're on FaceTime and I screen shared. They were like, they were speechless. I'm not coming on here to tell these stories. Like, I'm the prettiest girl ever and all these, like, men are hitting me up. Like, no, this is just, if they're hitting me up, I can't even imagine the other people they're hitting up. People that are probably getting with them and allowing this behavior to, like, keep going. So I, like, told a bunch of my friends how this man hit me up, and after I didn't answer him in vanish mode, he, like, deleted, or he took it out of vanish mode, and then I still have some of the DMs, like, the first initial one. I don't have anything else, but I do have screenshots from when it all went down, because obviously I took screenshots of this man. Also, is what I want to talk about, too. I did not tell his wife. I mean, I didn't hang out with him, I didn't, like, whatever, but, like, I did not tell his wife. And I think it's a topic that's not really discussed enough. Like, it's kind of a different situation if it's a boyfriend, if someone's boyfriend hits you up. Like, oh, they're just, like, you would tell the girl, like, hey, your boy, like, hey, girly, like, that's when you send a hey, girly text. Is it okay to send a hey, girly text to someone who is married and has kids and a family? I did not send a message to that lady. I don't think she would have saw my message anyway, but why are we marrying people if we aren't going to stay loyal to them? And if we're going to text 18-year-olds when you're 26, I think. I don't know. I think that's how old he is. Yeah, I haven't heard from him recently after I left him unopened, but that's another reason why I have zero trust in any men. But also, if NFL people are doing this, your boyfriend in college, he's gonna do worse. That's why I don't want a boyfriend, because if there's people in NFL doing this, the guy you're talking to on that football team, he is gonna do so much worse. Having these experiences with these men give me no trust. You can have everything and give it away for an 18-year-old who doesn't know you, who you've never met. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Really, I've been hesitant to share the story because I don't want to seem like an awful person, but I didn't know when he first DM'd me that he had a wife and kids, but once I found out, I did not DM him. This is why I will never date a football player.
Honestly, here we go again with these modern women and their inflated egos. They're never going to take accountability. Oh, how dare he's a married man. And true enough, he shouldn't be doing that. Absolutely, definitely not. Right? Then we also have to look at the photos that you're putting out there. Who are you trying to attract? Once again, Let's put all the married men in a box. Don't talk to her. You are married. You already have the love of your life. But you're trying to attract something. Y'all don't ever want to talk about that. Why y'all keep on trying to attract the wrong attention?
It's funny that you should say that.
As a woman, you would much rather clock into a 9 to 5, fucking 8 to 6 that drains you mentally and physically than to make your man a sandwich. I made a video yesterday. It's doing numbers. I made a video talking about how I want my wife to become a stay-at-home mom. I'm trying to convince her to do. I'm actually picking her up from work right now. I can't show you her job, but I'm here picking her up from work right now. I talked about how she's well accomplished, multiple degrees, been working almost 10 years at her job. I also talked about how I make enough money now, so her money is honestly detrimental to us making more money through me. Not being at home to help me cook and clean for me and the kid. A lot of the cleaning falls on me. Every man's goal, at least my goal as a man, has always been to retire my mother and my wife. I don't want the two women that take care of me the most, that have loved me the most, to have to work a day in their life anymore. And y'all hated me for that. And I think I know what it is. I think it's because I said what I want her to do for me. But y'all are forgetting I'm taking that mental load of having to worry about finances off her plate complete. We have a joint.
I just wanted to add something. Just going to work does not remove the mental stress of finances. Because right now, if there is a couple and only one person is working and they're struggling to pay bills, I guarantee you they are both stressing about it. Because guess what? They both will become homeless. Both of their children will be hungry. So it's not just one. You see how he tries to frame it as he cares about everybody, but at the same time, it's very much him. And he's like, oh, she has access to all the accounts and she has a fucking job. What do you mean? Of course she has a job. She's a professor. Of course she has access to the accounts, dummy.
She has access and can use money how she pleases. We didn't even dabble in the discussion. Maybe still part-time. Just go part-time. You don't have to completely quit. But from her mouth, exactly. Cleaning, it's mentally soothing for me. It's therapeutic for me. I didn't say this. She had. God forbid a woman actually wants to do something for her man and not feel like a slave. My wife had.
So let's talk about it. So do we notice how when he's referring to her doing the whole household chores or taking care of him, it's just making your man a sandwich. It's this thing that women should want to do. So you would rather go to this job and be mentally and physically exhausted than just make your man a sandwich? And then when he's talking about him doing the labor, it's this daunting task that it's that her having a job is now detrimental to their household. So this job that he's saying that she's about to be a 10-year professor, it is detrimental to him for her to be working that job versus staying home and cooking and cleaning for him. And that's because she has said that cleaning is mentally soothing for her. I want y'all to keep in mind, this woman is pregnant to the point that she can give birth any day now. Any day. And even in this state, she is refusing to quit her job. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? Nothing. At first, he tries to paint it as if, oh, he's doing her a favor. Like, I work this hard because I don't want the women in my life that take care of me to also take care of somebody else. I don't want the women in my life that's going to be tending to me the most to be working as well as taking care of me. Because if they're working, then that's going to cut into them taking care of me. Once again, me, I, what do I want? What do I want? Once again, nothing what his wife wants. Because clearly, she is damn near 9 months pregnant, still working her job. And even though her husband is over here like, no, quit your job, something in her brain is like, nah, I'm going to keep working. And he's like, well, she used to have hobby before. I guarantee you, if that woman were to quit her job, it's going to become everything is supposed to be about him. And right now she has the ability to be like, I have to work. I have to go to work. So no, I can't do that right now. But I guarantee you, if him and that house becomes her job, he is not going to lift a finger. He's not going to do a thing around there. He's going to be like, this is what you do. You don't got a job. What else you got to do? And also, I want us to take into account the fact that he's like, that she keeps saying no. And he's like, I'm just going to keep asking. I'm going to keep poking. And he's like, we've also dabbled at the fact, just go part-time. No, you have pushed the go part-time. And she's still saying no. So even at her being 20 months pregnant, she's like, not only not will she not quit, she's also not going to go part-time. That says so much about the kind of man that he is and that she knows that he is. And for whatever reason, she's there. Because let's really think about it. And I saw some men in the comments saying like, oh, some fighters make what some people make in an entire year in one fight. That is rare. Those are the exception, not the rule. Those are the Floyd Mayweathers, not whoever the fuck is. Okay? They're making pennies. And one good blow is going to take him out. One good blow is going to take him out. And then what? Oh, and then she just go back to the workforce. So it's once again for him, everything on him, on his terms. And then he says that, oh, so he tried to frame it as he wanted to like make her life easier. So it's like, why not get a maid? No, the whole point is to have her do it. The whole point is the free labor. It's about her doing this performative act work because between the two of y'all,
Y'all can afford a maid, a chef, hell, a chauffeur, a nanny. They can afford all those things, but he would rather her do it.
So first and foremost, you probably need to work a little bit harder in therapy to deal with your trust issues. I think for professors, and I think you said she was a professor, and I might not be 100% correct on this, but right around the 10-year mark is when you have a good number of professors, at least for the colleges and universities that I've gone to. Right around there, they start getting tenure or being considered for it. And when you have tenure at a certain educational facility, college, university, then that means something. So she's probably working towards that or almost has that. Another thing is she probably really loves her job, but with the load of the baby coming, then she probably comes home saying, man, I'm really tired. I'm worn out. These students, I'm so tired of grading papers and doing yada, 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 yada. That's what comes with being a professor. But she's so locked into it. Maybe she feels a sense of abandonment if she just quits. What am I going to do? I'm bored. What's going to be the next phase of my life? That sort of thing. That's the type of stuff that she thinks about. Once again, you guys thinking it is totally the other way. It's a disaster. He's going to be doing this. He's going to be doing that. You guys really need to work on that trauma that you have. The man said, I'm doing majority of the cleaning. We can hire this person. We hire that, but I prefer my wife. I don't want people all up and through my house. And most men don't. Yeah, I have enough money to hire those people, but I want my family in my home when I get home or when I'm there. He's already at the house. He's already at the house. So I'm training. I see my wife. She sees me, and we're all a unit. That's what most men want. I want my family safe and protected, away from the elements. That's why homes were built. Tents, even back in the day. That's why shelter is built, because I want my family safe and away from the elements. I don't want people talking to them any kind of way. There's some things that happen at universities that you don't want your family to be even in harm's way of going through. That's how a lot of men think. But because y'all have a lot of stuff that's going on with y'all, and y'all really don't, y'all think men are the devil, then y'all put this nonsense on them. And it really didn't even have anything to do with that. Get help fast.